Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on So Many Books, So Little Times, Diamond Art Club 56 by 109. It is a square, it's got 53 colors, and we got 2 big blocks done. And we're working on our third one. This is what I worked on last time. And I got a little bit more done than what I thought I was going to. So I thought I was just gonna get this done last time, but I ended up getting all of this done. So let's see if we can finish that off. The first color is 797. It's number 20, color 28. And it's a nice blue. That's what we finished off with last time. So I figured I would start with that and try to finish that off. I think we're gonna be able to finish this no problem. I was gonna lift this and start there, but I was like, nope, finish your square. Just finish your square. It's almost like I wanna take 2 or 3 of them off at once and just go. But this time around, I'd like to keep it to a section and finish that section and see how that works. I think the picture is going to come to life like quicker that way, instead of like just picking wherever. Oh, today I feel like working. I mean, I had some kind of order before, but I would take like maybe 2 blocks like that and work on that. So I'm gonna narrow it down to 1 this time. So I went to bed last night with a headache. And when you go to bed with a headache, the first thing you do when you open your eyes, you're like, oh, please. Because I had a hard time going to sleep because of the headache. I don't take like Advil or Tylenol until I absolutely have to. And you know, if by nighttime it's still there, I'm like, okay, I won't be able to sleep unless I dull this thing. So I took some Tylenol last night. I couldn't find our leaves, but I think I know now where they are. They're upstairs in my scrap room because I had taken them to my crop a couple weekends ago. And I just put it on a shelf, like on the way down the stairs, thinking, oh, I'll take it downstairs when I go down. And I obviously forgot them. So I'll have to bring them down today. So today is going to be a pretty busy day. I don't think I'll be able to get done everything I wanted to get done on the list. I'm a big list person. I make lists every day and I check everything off. And if I do something that's not on that list, I will write it down on the list. I'm going to lift this up just so I can put my little diamonds properly. Yes, I will write it down on the list just so I can check it off. I love lists. And when was it? On Monday? I think my list had 25 things on it. It was crazy. But you know what? I didn't do any, all but 3. And really it was all but 2 because I ended up doing something that was on the list for the next day. So I could have taken the time and done something that was on the list for that day. Oh no. But I could have, well, one of them I could have left there because it was also a Y. So yeah, I got like 21 things done on the list of 24 or 22 because I did the one for the day after. It was a busy day. Whew. When I went to bed that night, I was I was asleep pretty quickly. And then yesterday was pretty busy too. This week I did the announcement for my design team for our digital print. So I had to do like the announcement for that and do a blog post, and I did a video, and then I had to do a post on Facebook. And then also on Facebook, I've had a Facebook group for years. Now in the recent years, I kind of, I would post maybe once or twice a week, but I wasn't not active enough on there. So I got some help, and she's going to help me out. And so starting November, we're going to be doing challenges, scrapbooking challenges there. So I did the blog post to announce the first challenge for November. So if you're a scrapbooker, look in the description box below, and I have a link to my Facebook group, and you can join in on the fun. And then, there's a challenge, and then there's going to be like prizes. Every month, there's going to be a prize. Okay. Oops. So when I started this morning, I changed up the wax in my pen, because when it sits like that for a couple of days, it's not sticky, not as sticky. So when I opened my eyes, I didn't finish the story. I still have a headache. And I was like, no, I don't want a headache all day. And today's going to be a busy day. It's only, when I started, it was like 7:30. Oof, the sun is coming right into my eyes from the front door. So I started probably about half an hour, 35 minutes before I usually do, like to make these. And that's because at 9:30, we have to bring our truck in for servicing. It needs an oil change. So we're gonna get an oil change done. And then we're gonna come back home. I'm hoping that after I do this, while I was waiting for my coffee this morning to brew, I put away the top half of the dishwasher. And then I'm gonna do the bottom half as soon as I'm done this. Hopefully before we go, I'll have time to do that. And then there's just a few dishes by the sink. That's just the reality of life, right? Just seems after you do the dishes, there's always someone that's hungry and they make something to eat. So that's fine. I'll just do that. And then we're gonna go bring the truck, and then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna do my 15 minutes of journaling right away, because I have like 500 pages that need to be journaled on. So every day I'm doing 15 minutes, like 1-5. And I've noticed I do almost 10 pages every day. So that's awesome. I don't do it on the weekend, just Monday to Friday. So even if I just do 5, at least it's progress. And then I decided on Fridays, after I finish my 15 minutes of journaling, I'm going to take all the layouts, because my albums are downstairs now, in my living room. So I'm going to take all the layouts that I journaled on that week. I'll find the correct album and I'll stick them in. And then that way they're going to be put away every week. And I'm trying to organize my craft room. And that's one big project. That's one thing that's going to take me quite a few months to get done. I have some in iris containers, so I'll do the ones that are kind of sitting out right now on top of one of my desks, ready to go. So I'll do those ones first. And then I'll tackle the other ones after. So last night, what did we do yesterday? Well, I worked a lot on, like I said, on the Facebook group and my blog and all that stuff. And the day before I had done 4 videos. I got 4 videos ready, like edited and uploaded, scheduled, which is good. And then, so yesterday, I did just a blog post and all that. And then I cleaned for a bit. And I think I mentioned that I want to do a chicken coop. So we started on that. I helped a little bit, but my headache started. So I find that if I have a headache, if I go have a shower, it helps. So I went and had a shower, washed my hair, and so it helped a bit. And then Mason had hockey. It was his first hockey school practice, which was awesome. It was so good. So this here, they don't actually play hockey. It's to develop their skills. And these are all kids that have shown like potential, and it's to develop them and stuff. So last year when he started, they divide them in A, B, C, D, E. And last year when he started, he was A. And A is not the strongest. If anything, it is the weakest group, you know. Usually it's their first year in CCM. So he started in A last year. And when we saw his letter this year, he was in E, which was like the very top one. So yay. So he was pretty proud of that. I mean, with the way he scored, you know, in his division, 2nd out of 58, we shouldn't be surprised, but it's still fun to see, you know. And, you know, we're not delusioned. It's not as if we're like, oh, he's going to be in the NHL and da-da-da. No, we just know that kid loves it so much. Like, it's not as if you have to fight with him to go to hockey. Like, is there hockey? He wakes up and he's like, is there hockey today, Mom? Like, he just wants to play, which is kind of cute. My daughter said that he's got a hockey ball and that's all he does all day is handle the ball and shoot. And so that's good. So that was fun. And a lot of his friends that didn't make his hockey team, that ended up on another hockey team, a lot of them are in this hockey school. So that's pretty fun. So he gets to see them there. They're not in the same group, so, you know, it's only like the first like well, while they warm up, and then after that, they divide them into groups, but at least he gets to see them and chat with them for a little bit every Tuesday. Now his first tournament is coming up here, November 14th. So that'll be fun to go see. So fun to go see. Well, hopefully we get to go see it. We're still waiting on the arena to see how many people are allowed to go. Oh. Okay, wow. I think there was more Y's in this one than number 9. So now I've done the checkerboard pattern. So now I'm just gonna go in and fill it. And I'm gonna get to put some of those super sparkly ones today too. So I pulled out all the colors that I needed for this, and it was only 4. So it should go pretty quickly because I have to change every 2 minutes. So I'm gonna need some more coffee and some more diamonds. Oh, that tastes so good. I just enjoy my coffee because years ago I used to have, a few cups a day or whatever, and I've cut it down to 1 cup. So I do enjoy it when I have it. So I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to do my dishes, and then I'm going to bring the truck. We both have to go because we have to come home, because when we bought the truck, our truck is a demo, and the running board was kind of, had a few pucks on it, so they're replacing that. The back fender, there was a thing out of it, so they're replacing that. There was like a puck so they're gonna pop that out. The numbers on the side that you can unlock your door, they're replacing that because it's right loose. We haven't even set it up yet because we're like, what's the point? They're gonna replace it. So there's that. Is there anything else? I think that's it. That's all. Oh, and an oil change today. So we bought the truck in May, and those running boards just came in last week. And it's because of everything that's going on. So it's like, well, whatever, it's getting done. It's all that matters. Now next, the same thing with our trailer. Our trailer was new. It was a 2018, but it was new. It was never previously owned. But there was a few things. There was the awning, the radio. There was a few things there. So we now, as soon as we get the truck done, then we're gonna call them and say, okay, are the parts in? Like, we need to get this done. So we'll get that done. We still have a few things to, the main thing is done for the winterization for the trailer. So that's good. But there's just a few things, like I want to put my pots and pans in a container. Now we found the container. So this weekend, last weekend was a wash because it was like 10 hours of hockey. It's crazy. This weekend, there's going to be hockey, but it's only 1 hour at a time. It's not like 5 hours. So we should have time to do that. So we'll get that finished. That'll be another thing off the list. Done. Ugh. Then there's a few things outside that we need to do too to get ready for winter. Hopefully we can get that done too. And then that'll be done. An oil change just before the frigid temperatures start is probably a good thing. So it'll be good to get that done. I think next we're gonna do, I didn't see those this morning. We're gonna get a little bit of green. Yay. I didn't take it out, but that's just gonna take a second. There's only 3, so probably the last thing I'm gonna do. So I started a little bit earlier because I wouldn't have been able to do a full hour. And like I said, I'm doing a full hour, so at the end, I'll be able to say, hey, this took me this many hours, which I can see that it's gonna take. This is not gonna be done in a week. Now, if I had 10 hours a day to dedicate to this, maybe, but I don't. I don't have 10 hours a day to dedicate to this. I think I'm gonna go with number 4, which number 4 is color 29, and 29 is DMC 798, and it's just a lighter blue, and it's so pretty. I'm sure I used it before, but it's been a minute. There's not a lot of it, so. And then when I come home, I'm hoping to do, film a video, another video. So that'll be 2 videos today filmed. And then do some journaling. Clean my craft room for 15 minutes because I'm, like I said, I'm trying to organize it. So what I'm doing is I'm putting 15 minutes a day on something. So I just choose something and I work on it for 15 minutes. And then I did my first bathroom yesterday, except for the shower. So I'll do the shower today. I had a sore back yesterday, so the shower I have to get down on my hands and knees to do, so I figured I'll wait till my back is not hurting. So I'll do that, and then I forgot the mirror yesterday, so I'll do the mirror in her bathroom, and then I'll do my son's bathroom today. So that'll be 2 bathrooms to do, couple loads of laundry. I always, on my list, there's always 1 or 2 loads of laundry so that, you know, I'm not left one day with like 10 loads. So a load today or 2, depending on what's there. At least 1. You know, I put on the list, like, put a basket of clothes away, because, that is my nemesis. I don't mind washing, drying, folding. I don't like it, but I'll do it. But putting away, I hate it. Hate it. So I usually say, okay, put one basket away, and eventually I'll be caught up. So 1 basket away, a couple loads of laundry, of course, finish the kitchen, do a video. Tonight I think we're gonna have salmon, and I think I'm gonna make baby potatoes for them, but I had asked my husband to buy broccoli and cauliflower, so I'll have to go to look in our fridge in the garage if he put it out there, because he didn't put it out here. So I'm like, oh, I hope he got some, because I want to start eating like cauliflower and broccoli instead of potatoes. And then start going on the treadmill every day. That probably won't happen this week. I'm funny that way. Things gotta happen on a Monday. I gotta start a new habit on a Monday. And it's getting way too cold outside to walk. I don't enjoy that at all, to be that cold. Although when it's cold, man, does my pace ever pick up. It's like 9 minutes and 30 seconds per kilometer. I'm just booting it. And when it's hot, it's usually slower because it's so hot. Like we walked in the heat of the summer last summer, and it was like 10 minutes, 30 seconds. It adds almost a minute because it's so warm. But so today's a nice sunny day though. I'll see what the high is going to be. Like yesterday was 0. So that's like 32, right? It actually went down to -1. So that's like, no. Yeah, so 0 is 32 Fahrenheit. So it's cold. And then it was really windy yesterday too. So, but I'd like to walk outside as long as I can because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy being outside. So if I can get another couple of weeks outside. Last year we started in March, so hopefully this year we'll start early too outside. But we do have a treadmill and we have an elliptical machine, which, oh my Lanta. Whew. I can do maybe 5 minutes. That thing is hard. Whew. So maybe I can, do 5 minutes on that and then 45 minutes on the treadmill, or I like to do like an hour altogether. So, and my goodness, if I can't carve, and that's the way I have to think about it. If I can't carve out an hour out of my day for my health, I need to reevaluate. I need to reevaluate some stuff. But I'm going to start doing batch cooking and freezer meals and that kind of stuff, and stick them in the freezer because that takes a lot of time every day from my day. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I have time for this cooking. What is this? So once I have that system going, I think it'll be easier to throw exercise in there. Now there's hardly any 4s left, so now it's can you spot the different one in here kind of game, which is one of my favorite things to do. They were laughing at me at work because I actually bought books that I could do that while I was at work, because you can just sit there and watch your stuff, and then because it doesn't take too much brain power. Okay, I think that's it. Watch, I'll put it away and then I'll find another one. That's okay. If it's just one, you just open the container and sneak one out. Okay, I think I'll do number 9 now. Number 9 is number 27. So I don't think I'll do, well, it depends. If I go for a walk today, we'll see. Because This afternoon, we're gonna have to go get our vehicle back. And then tonight, there's a juniors team, a hockey game, which starts at 7 and goes till like 9:30. I don't think we're gonna bring Mason tonight because the weekday ones, I don't know. He's still kind of young. He's 7. And then I don't want him to be tired the next day and then he ends up getting in trouble at school. He can do that on his own quite nicely without being overtired. So there's another game Friday, so we'll bring him to Friday's game. Bring him to Friday's game. So excited about that. We bought season tickets this year. So we're really happy with that. We do enjoy, I guess you can say we're a true Canadian family. Love our hockey. I have videos of Mason when he was like, he was 1.5. And we were watching the juniors, like it was Canada versus USA. It's a tournament that they have like around Christmas. And another drink of coffee. Mason's all decked out in his Canadian gear and could barely talk, but he could say, "Go Canada, go," with his little Canadian flag. We kept him up. He watched the whole game. It was like, I mean, he didn't have school or anything back then, and we have a hockey net set up for him downstairs, and when he's here, 75% of his time is spent down there shooting pucks. And all of a sudden I hear ding, and I'm like, "Oh, Mason, be careful where you..." Sometimes I hear it. We have a patio door downstairs in our basement, and sometimes I hear the puck hitting that, and I'm like, guys, don't want to break a window. So my daughter's thinking about buying a house, so hopefully she has one where she can set him up in the basement and he can just do like Sidney Crosby and just mash up her washer and dryer. Ding them all up. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's going pretty quickly. Oh, I think I'll just have time to do this. I thought I was going to have time to finish this and maybe start on something else, but it's already 8:12. I'll have to stop at 8:35. That'll be about an hour. 8:35, 8:36. And then it'll give me time to get my dishwasher unloaded and get that done. Before we go. It's funny when you have to go out like that during the day. Oh, just messes up your day. I'm a homebody. Like, right now, the only time I go out is for hockey. That's it. My husband gets groceries. really, that's the only time we go out for is hockey and groceries. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. It's funny, the wax lasts just about an hour. It's almost like you have to refill your wax. Oops. Where did that go? Oh, there it goes. There it is. So again, I get questions, you know, how do they stay on there? Well, your canvas, because it's printed on canvas, your canvas is sticky. I had ordered one from AliExpress. I haven't ordered any from AliExpress in almost a year. In almost a year. And I think I talked about here how much I love Hocus Pocus. Love Hocus Pocus. It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I watch it every year. And anyway, I was just kind of looking, you know, and didn't I see one of the Three Witches? I was like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta have that, and I'm gonna put it up every year. That'll be my one and only Halloween decoration. Hocus Pocus. Or I might just leave it up all year round. Who knows? But like I said, I try to order the diamond paint, order a lot of the diamond paintings in the same size. Like there's not too many that I'm going to have 56 by 109. But that one I plan on leaving it all the time anyway. I can't see me falling out of reading. Have to say I'm kind of in a slump right now. But I know it's going to pick up again. It's just because I get like obsessed with stuff. And right now I'm obsessed with finding out about long-term food storage and all that stuff. So I'm kind of doing a bunch of research on that. And and big batch freezer cooking. So between the two, I've been watching, you know, all the recipes, because you still have to find recipes that you would like. And I'd like to have some that are low carb. So it's basically the meat, and then when you cook it, or just like, yeah, the meat and, you know, whatever else to season it. And then when you cook it, you can put on a cauliflower rice instead of regular rice. And I got a food processor because then we can get, I want to look and see how, I think the cauliflower rice is super expensive from what I remember from Costco. So I think what I'm going to do is just get fresh stuff, and I'll just do it myself. Like as soon as I get the bag, do about half of it as cauliflower rice. And then I'll figure out how much that bag is, and then I'll figure out how much it made. And then I'll look at the frozen stuff and say, okay, is it more cost efficient for me? Because it's extra work, right? But with the food processor, it won't be that bad. But is it worth it for me to do that? So I'll figure that out. Oh my goodness. I just realized my youngest daughter, which she's the middle child, she's going to be 27. Why did I think she was 25 and going to be 26? You just don't want your kids to get older, right? Oh, so that means my oldest is 33, which I knew she just turned 33, but oh, my Lanta. No, 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 no. Wow. It's funny because I still feel in my 30s, so what's up with that? What is up with that? Numbers just, age, that number is just a number, right? It's how you feel and how you think. Oh, my Lanta. 27. Oh my goodness, she is my clown. That one. She can make me laugh. So they're starting with chickens. They want chickens. So they're doing a chicken coop, and then they're going to make it so that they can sort of maybe extend it if they want to. But then they want goats. And then who knows? Who knows? Where we're at, we have 5 acres of land. So we have, a nice little spot here. And the place we had to put our house, which kind of sucked, but it's life, because we wanted a walkout basement, we kind of had to go right on the tip of our land. So basically our 5 acres is behind us, behind and beside. And, but that means it gives us room to do stuff. Now my daughter, the one that's going to be 27, her dream thing is to have a farm. She just wants to have a farm. Now, whether it's a farm that, that's your job or just a hobby farm, I don't know. But, so they're going to start with chickens. And then they'll go from there. They'll go from there. I'm excited to have chickens. I don't know if I said that story here before, but I used to have, when growing up, it was just a hobby farm, just to kind of, like, for us. So we had like a couple cows, and then we had a couple calves, and we had a couple of horses, like ponies. We had a big work horse because my dad worked in the woods when I was young. And, before he had a timberjack, he had one of those, I think they're called Clydesdale, the horses with the big. So he had one of those to work. And then, we had always had horses growing up. We had ponies, we had pigs, cows, chickens. What else? So I had a rooster, and I named him Coco. And I would go out in the morning, and I would call him, and he would come a-running. And he would sit on my shoulder, and I would just walk around and just go about my day. Or if he wasn't on my shoulder, he was chasing after me. Of course, we had dogs and cats and the whole kit and caboodle. So it's not going to be a new thing for me. We just didn't, it wasn't like my dad's work. It was, like I said, it's, what you would call a hobby farm. So I wouldn't mind having chickens, ducks, cows. Now, my husband says he doesn't want pigs because they're really messy, but I think if we had a little ways off, that it wasn't right next, not next door to you, it would be okay. And we have, I can't remember now, it's 35 or 40 acres of land that could be used for farming. Plus we have family that lives really close that if we did something like that, I'm sure we could use their land to plant. We want to do like, I don't know, barley or something. Because where we live, we can't choose something that's a long season because it takes a while before it warms up and it cools off really quickly. So we gotta be smart about that. And it's not me and my husband, it's the kids. The kids are talking about doing something. There we go. Yay. Oh my goodness, what time is it? Oh yeah. We have about 10 minutes left. More than enough time to finish this. So I hope it's not as cold as yesterday because we got of course, the arena that the hockey's tonight, there's no parking. Why would you build an arena and no parking? So you have to park on side streets and then just boot it. So when it's like -40 outside, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. To run through that. I mean, we dress properly, but still, oh man, that wind is cold. So we got to figure out too, because some of our games got canceled a while back. And so this is a rescheduled game. So we got to figure out what ticket we're supposed to use tonight. Because we're, like we have season tickets, so we're just going to use our tickets. Because our seats are our seats. Mason thought that was pretty cool. You mean we're going to be sitting here all year? We know that we're sitting here? Yep. That's cool. Done. How much time do I have? Oh yeah. Let's try just that little thing right there. Because that bothered me last time that I couldn't finish that. Oh, but then it's not gonna close properly anyway. Okay. My tray's almost done though. I don't want to put more in it. So I think I'll just do whatever's on my tray, and if it finishes, it finishes it, and if it doesn't, oh well, it'll get done next time. There. Oh, that was hard to keep the tray there the whole time because I have to stretch. Okay. I think this is going to be so cute when it's all done. I can't remember if I said that in a comment or I think it was in a comment. There was some more there that I really think is super cute, but I'm like, nope, you gotta finish some of the ones you have before you order more, because you won't be able to do them all ever. If you keep going like this, it's like my books to read. It's like, am I gonna be able to read all those? I'm sure giving it a good try, but I'm down to, I was reading 3 books last week and I finished 2 of them. I'm down to my last one. And last 2 days, I read 0. I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. So I'm hoping today, I was gonna say the others are all stuck, but I was able to unstuck 2 of them. There, that's good enough. And the other one we'll put away, so let's do number 2. And then I see there too that there's a P that I didn't see, so we'll do that. So because I have to get extra colors there, that'll probably take up the rest of the time. That's that AB Diamond Aurora Borealis. So they're super sparkly. And there's only like a few. So I think it's like to mimic the light reflecting on the window. So I'll do those next, because I have the little container for it. Oh. Oh, there's one here, might as well get it. Oops. Those are a little easier not to miss, because there's only, okay, my wax is like done. Done. It won't pick out. Oh, one more. Una more. That's it. Oh, that's looking good. I really like it. Okay, so let's look for the green while I'm putting those away. It's green, right? Yeah, green. It's number 42. Okay. And then 42, and I might as well take out the P. The P is blue, and that is number 11. Okay. And how are we doing on time? Not quite an hour. Oh. So I might put some more number 9s there and try to finish that, because I want it to be an hour. At least an hour. Although there's some videos that are over an hour, so I guess I can still say an hour, and then it's all about the averaging, right? I don't want to be off my average. It's funny because I'm like that. Like in real life, I'm super competitive, so it's like that's a competition with myself, right? It's like, okay, no, you got to do an hour, because then that way you can figure out how long it took you. Let's take this off. I only have like 4 minutes left, but I'm going to do the number 9 there, but I don't want to keep fighting with that thing, and I'll just put it away after. I'll put it back on after. It's not a big deal. It takes like 2 seconds. I don't know why I fought with it for so long a while ago. Yay. So TV-wise, I watch YouTube I watch probably 30 hours, if not more, of Jamarelle Stewart, which she's a large family table. And watching her cook, that's what I've been doing. I've been watching her prepare meals. And she's been on YouTube for like 4 years, so I got lots of videos to watch, which I don't mind. Her kids are so sweet too, like they help her out. And a few months ago, it was everything about camping that I was watching, because we had just bought a trailer, so I was watching Keep Your Daydream. I had basically watched every single video they've ever put out. Now I still watch them, but they put out 1 video a week, so now I have to wait till Sunday night to watch a video. So it's have to wait a little longer, so I have to find something else. And I also watch Amy Marion, and her too. Like I found her first, and I watched so many videos of hers, so many videos. And then because you start watching that kind of video, then what is suggested to you is how I found Jamarelle Stewart. And so I've been watching her pretty much. That's how I found out about the long-term storage for food, and the Mylar bags, and the oxygenators, and all that good stuff. It's not something that's super expensive to get into. You got to buy your buckets, but once you have your buckets, you have your buckets. Unless you want to do like 100 buckets, then no, that's not good. Which we were going to get buckets anyway, because I want to get 50 pounds of flour. I don't want to get just a 10 pounds, because I make a bread loaf, almost like a loaf of bread, almost every day. They prefer it to, the store-bought bread. So I'm like, it takes me literally 10 minutes to make it in the bread maker. But I think I'm going to have to buy a new bread maker. The bread pan is leaking. Now, it's not leaking when I put it in the bread maker. It's leaking because the recipe, you have to let it rest with the yeast for 10 minutes. And it leaks then. So where it asks for a cup of water, I usually put like a cup and a little bit extra, because I know that some of the water is going to leak out. So it just leaks on my counter, but how long before it breaks? So I've been kind of researching bread makers right now. I'm going to keep using it until like it breaks. But I was reading on some of them, and they're like, oh, it doesn't even make dough nicely. And I'm like, what? It's only so, it's just stirring it and letting it rise. How can that make just regular dough? Okay, so that's why I want to look into it a little bit more, because that's basically all I'm going to be using it for. I'm going to be making pizza dough also to put in the freezer. So that's probably tomorrow. I'll do a bunch of pizza dough, at least like, let's say 4, because in one night we'll probably have to do a couple of pizzas. And then, so if the pizza dough is already done, it's less work that night. So pizza dough, and again, that's just going to be in the bread maker, so I don't have to fuss with that. I just put it in there and take it out when it's ready, and then wrap it and stick it in the freezer. There. think we're at an hour. So I'm just gonna finish this area here. And I should have done the black. That would have been a good one to do. It would have separated that section. Maybe I should do the 9s in here, because next time I can do the 3/10, which is black. And then I like to start with like, okay, this little section here, I can finish that. Here, I'm gonna take out my 3 placer here. There's a few places that I can do the 3. And then just because we're at the end here, I just want to get it done so we can wrap today up. Oh, my headache is not, it's still there, but it's not as pounding as it was when I first got up. I have about a quarter of my coffee left, so what I'll do is I'll warm it up and I'll drink it while I put the dishes away. And then we're gonna have to drive and bring our truck. I don't think we need anything else in town, so we're just gonna drop that off and beeline it home. Because my husband still has to work. He worked all night. This time of year, his job is crazy. They have all these projects that they have deadlines for, and it's like he works all day and then he works all night. Like he came to bed, it was 5:40 this morning. I was awake. I woke up super early. I was just watching Jammerel, making some food. Maybe what I should do is bust out another book on my Kindle, because I'm not reading anything on my Kindle right now. I just don't feel like reading like a physical book. I find by the end of the day, I'm just like, oh, I just can't lift a book. Last night I had too much of a headache anyway, but it's just like, I just can't lift that book. I just want to lay down and not do anything. So on my Kindle or on my phone, I like reading on my phone too. It's just so much easier. Or I have the Kindle app on my iPad too. I guess I went beyond that little section, didn't I? Okay, so now I'm really gonna stop. I'm gonna do the last one here. Okay, so that's it. We did finish our section, so that's awesome. And the next time I work on this, I'll start this section here. And probably what I'll do is I'll do everything except starting the dinosaur. So in that hour, I might be able to almost get to the moon. I'll still work this way over. So I'll go like this and then to the moon. And then next week, we'll get started on the dinosaur. We'll finish this and then we'll go back to up there. Because I just wanted to get, because some of the diamonds were under that paper and it was just annoying me. I just wanted it to be flat, completely flat. Okay, well, I just noticed here there's a gap, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So once those are all on there, then I can see where the diamond ends, right? And then I can fix that. So as I'm finishing that second row, I can fix the paper, because this is the last. I didn't do that paper all the way down. I just did 3 because I just wanted to see if I was gonna like it. So I like it, but I think I'm just gonna do it 2-3 rows at a time, just cause. But that's it. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to put all my stuff away, and I'm going to get my dishes put away. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.